Lady Charmaine, and my guest today rose to popularity as one of America's favorite judges on the hit television show Divorce Court. Her wisdom, wit, and her sassy delivery kept people tuning in for 7 seasons. And she's here today to talk about her TV One Life After episode, Life After Divorce Court. Help me welcome Judge Mablean Ephrim to the show. Thank you so much, Judge, for joining me on the show today.
Thank you for having me. I am happy to appear as always.
Now, on Monday, your Life After episode is going to be airing on TV One. But I do have a question for you. Were you surprised when you got the call from TV One saying they wanted to do a story on you for Life After?
I was pleasantly surprised. I was most surprised. More than anything, it made me realize, I didn't like those words, Life After. like I've watched them, it's like, oh my God, Life After. But I was surprised.
Okay. Now, we all know that you're a judge and you began your early years as an attorney. What made you want to choose law as a career choice?
I saw law as a way to really make changes in our society and make a difference in the world. And at the time, in the 8th grade, my father was stricken with a stroke, and my mother had to apply for permanent disability for him so that she could take care of her other 7 children. Mm-hmm. And the disability system here in California kept saying he's not totally disabled, so that we had to fight the system. She couldn't afford a lawyer, so we fought it together. And from then on, I got the bug. Then I grew up during the civil rights era, so that was also exciting to see the changes that were made in the law, changes that were made in our society through the legal system. So it's like, that's what I want to do.
Wow. And then also, too, not only were you in law, but you were in the area of family law. What made you want to move into the area of family law?
When I opened my private practice, I went from a prosecuting attorney to a defense attorney, naturally, and then I got a lot of cases coming in for family law, and I kept referring it to my partners and other people. Then I finally said, okay, let me take these cases. I'm getting all of these calls. And after about 2 years of doing them, I realized this is what I really love. I mean, that's my niche. I believe in families. I believe in protecting children. I love the fact that in family law, I see myself as a protector of children doing these cases. I don't like when the parents make children the pawns, so I guarded that. I like people to be treated fairly. I know a lot of women, when they go through the divorce process, they don't get money like they should, child support, spousal support, so I helped in that area. And I also liked helping men who were interested in having custody of their children get custody and make sure that the children had time with both parents. So it felt right to do that. I just liked what I was doing.
Now, what was the hardest part of your job? Because not only were you a family law attorney, you ended up getting a national television show. So I want to talk about that as well. How did the show Divorce Court come about?
How is it? What? I'm sorry.
How did the show Divorce Court come about?
It came about through networking. One of my partners was at a meeting of entertainment and sports attorneys, and she was told by an entertainment attorney that Fox was looking for someone to be the judge of Divorce Court. They were going to revive the show that was out in the 80s, and she told them that she thought that I could do it. She gave me the information when she came home that evening. I telephoned the executive, went in for it on Wednesday, went in for an interview on Thursday, and the following Wednesday, they called me and said, you have the job.
So that job was waiting for you. They were just waiting for the right person.
Yeah. Well, you never know what God has for you, but I like to point out, so when young people are listening, is that I was ready and I was prepared. So when the door of opportunity opened, but I could go through that door because I had prepared myself. I had the knowledge and I had the experience that they were looking for. So that was absolutely a surprise to me. Never in a million years had I ever dreamed of being on television, but then that's what God does for you. Exceedingly, abundantly above all that you can hope or think. So that's what happened.
I know that's right. Amen. With you being a divorce attorney or a judge, what was the hardest part of your job for you?
Well, the hardest part of the job is trying to be fair and making certain that your personal experiences, and not your personal experiences, but your personal biases don't enter into any of your decisions. And it was really difficult for me when I saw children being hurt by the process, because I just have such compassion for the children and young people in our society. So that hurts. But the hardest part is always trying to make certain that you don't allow your own biases and prejudices and your own negative experiences to cause you to not be fair
Well, that's
and
true.
impartial.
That's good. That was a very good point. And then you also had a little acting spiel with Tyler Perry and Tyler Perry's one of Tyler Perry's movies. How did you like that experience working with Tyler Perry?
Excuse me, darling. 3 of Tyler Perry movies. 3, not 1. 3.
Pardon my correction. 3 of Tyler Perry's movies. How was it working with him?
Oh, it was absolutely fabulous. He is so easy to work with as a director, because of the fact that when he writes his plays, well, not plays, when he writes his movies, of course, it's comedic, the ones that I was in, but he also allowed you the possibility to just change his lines because he acts in so many of the different roles, and he may change a line in a minute differently than what we received in the script. And so when you're doing it, he says, okay, just ad lib, just follow me, so it was really easy to work with him because it was such a great story that he was always telling, and it was just funny. So I loved it. He had a great personality, and it was an easy directing, and the people that worked around him, they worked very hard. They didn't play. It was like, let's get this job done. Let's get up out of here. We're not going to be all day shooting this show. And I hate all of that downtime and sitting around waiting forever to do things. And he kept it moving.
Oh, that's good. Now, if the opportunity ever arose, would you get back into acting?
I'm sorry?
If the opportunity ever arose, do you think you might get back into acting?
If the opportunity arose to go back into television or to do another movie, I'd jump on it. Oh, let's go.
Okay, I know that's right.
I am out now. That's what I've been doing, seeking opportunities. I've been out on what we call pitch meetings, and I have some ideas for shows, and I've been out there exploring the possibility with other people. I did do a pilot for Fox to come back for another show, but they decided not to do it right now. So I'm ready for the doors to open again.
Okay,
and
no,
hopefully
that's right.
I can just walk right in. Whatever God has for me.
Because you're also a much sought after public speaker for women's conferences, churches, civic organizations, colleges, and schools. And you also deal with relationship issues and motivating others to pursue their dreams. So tell us about what you like to speak about regarding pursuing your dreams. What do you encourage people to do?
Well, one of the things when I encourage particularly young people that are in high school and college is to pursue your dreams and never give up on your dreams, and to not take that position or allow people to tell you that you can't do something, you can't accomplish something, you don't have enough money, you're not smart enough, you're not this, and to just ignore all of the negative and have faith that God will help you do what you want to do. The money will be provided, and He will make a way. Just prepare yourself and do all that you can. For high school students, I say to them, don't you worry about the money. You get the grades. While you're in high school, 9th through 12th grade, your job is to worry about getting the grades, going to school, getting the information, getting the grades, taking the right classes, making sure that you prepare yourself to go to college with the faith and hope that you will go to college. And with that attitude, you can do it, because that's exactly what happened to me. I didn't have the money. My parents didn't have the money, but I had the will, I had the desire, and I worked for it, and I prepared for it. And when the time came, I applied for scholarships. There are plenty of scholarships out there. There are people with money who are willing to give you money. And so you just have to have yourself ready and in the position to get it. So go on. Don't listen to the naysayers. You can do it if you want to. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And you just have to not give up on your dream. Just keep going forward in the face of adversity, whatever the negative circumstances are, ignore them.
No, that's right. No, that's awesome. And that's very encouraging too, because kids do need to know it's your job to get those grades. And if they keep those grades up, because that's what I tell my kids.
And then I say to other older people who have had setbacks and wanted to go to college and didn't get a chance when they straight from high school, didn't get a chance in their 20s, they were in their 30s, they were in their 40s, whatever age you're in. If you have a dream, if it was something that you want to do and you're working in a job that you don't want to work in, but there's a career that you want, then you need to go for it. And I say, my phrase is die trying. You're going to die anyway. You might as well die trying to get what you want.
I know that's right. And you're also a business owner. You also own the Jubilee Guest House. It's a bed and breakfast in Johannesburg, South Africa. Yeah. What made you want to open a bed and breakfast in Johannesburg, South Africa?
Well, I went to South Africa during the apartheid, the ending of apartheid, that movement, and afterwards with the lawyers, the National Black Lawyers Association. And over there, I noticed that it's an absolutely beautiful place. It's similar, the weather is similar to California where I live. I like being around my people. It's just really a pleasant atmosphere. And then the country was trying to rebuild itself in terms of finances and jobs and employment. So when we opened up a bed and breakfast, there was a place where people could come from the United States and be comfortable and feel like they're at home or in a small environment. It's 6 bedrooms, and we're able to sleep up to 12 people. And also, we employ persons there in South Africa. We employ a number of people there. And because of our employment, those who have children, their children are able to go to the schools in the neighborhood where our place is. Our business is about 5 blocks from Mandela's Johannesburg home and up the street from his center. So it's a great neighborhood and community, and we're doing something for the country as well.
Amen. And you also have a wonderful awards program honoring unsung fathers. I thought that was beautiful. Can you tell us about the vision behind honoring unsung fathers, HUF?
Okay, my nonprofit foundation is the Mablean Ephrim Foundation, and our mission is to build better communities. And we say we do that by building stronger families, educating minds, and financial empowerment to help us to build better communities. So the focus is on families, that focus, and I think the first one is on the fathers. So I want to encourage men in our community to step up to the plate and do their job as fathers, to be the providers and the caregivers and provide the emotional support, the financial support, the psychological that their children need. And so I select men who are doing that. And honoring unsung fathers is a Sunday brunch on Father's Day, and we honor fathers from the community who are doing just that. They're nominated from the community by the children, the parents, the ex-wives, the current wives, the mother-in-laws, any number of persons, and we honor these men. And I'm trying to teach us also to honor the men in our lives, because the Bible tells us to honor thy father and thy mother. And quite often we spend more time honoring mother and not honoring father. And the attitude is that fathers are deserving, and I know that they are. And so if you honor them and if you show other men in the community these examples of men who are doing what they're supposed to do in terms of their children, then perhaps we'll get more men stepping up to the plate. And it's not even perhaps, I know that you will. And so that's what I do. And we provide scholarships as well for students going to college here in the Los Angeles County area. And that's what it's all about.
That's a beautiful vision.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dr. the School. So our Unsung Fathers is one of the many projects of the Mablean Ephrim Foundation.
You made a good point when you say honor thy father and thy mother. We have all kind of things going on. Even when you see the sports players at the end, they say hi mom, but you rarely hear people say hi dad, speaking to their dad in the camera, but it's always mom. So I want to commend you on the wonderful foundation and what you're doing and honoring the fathers. And before we leave, I know you mentioned that you had some other fires, irons in the fire. Is there anything in particular you're working on right now?
Well, of course, I have a book out, Judge Mablean's Life Lessons, 52 Tools for Weekly Living, and you can get it online at judgemablean.com, provided you spell my name correctly, Mablean, judgemablean.com. I also just did the Ricky Lake Show the other day, and that's going to air November 2nd on Fox Channel, wherever your local channels are, and again on November 13th in the morning, so you have to check your local listings. for the Ricky Lake Show on November 2nd and November 3rd. I'm sorry. So I'm doing speaking engagements. I'm looking into a business called Divorce Concierge, where I will be offering personalized services to persons going through divorce while I'm still anticipating my return to television.
Well, we'll be looking out for that for the Ricky Lake Show on the 2nd and the 13th. And we'll be looking out for your book as well.
No, the 2nd and the 3rd. Ricky Lake is the 2nd and the 3rd.
The 2nd and the 3rd.
And, right, and then TV1 on October 29th, Life After. My book, Judge Mablean's Life Lessons, 52 Tools for Weekly Living. That's on judgemablean.com. And, of course, I'll be in D.C. on the 29th doing the Ovation Awards, presenting at the Ovation Awards at the Kennedy Center.
Wow.
And they've also lined me up to go to one of the high schools there. I'm not sure if I'm going to a middle school or a high school, but I told them to get me into one school over there while I'm in the D.C. area. So that's what I'm doing. I have a speaking engagement in North Carolina on December the 9th. So you have to go on my website, judgemablean.com, and you can follow what I'm doing. I am on Facebook as well, at Judge Mablean Ephrim, and I'm on Twitter at Judge Mablean.
Well, we got all your information, so we're going to keep up with you.
Yeah, keep up with me.
Well, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show, and I want to remind everyone to make sure you watch TV1 on Monday, October 29th, 9/8 Central. You know it's going to be good. The story of Judge Mablean. So thank you so much, and we look forward to having you back on the show.
You.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, and you have a wonderful weekend, wonderful week, and I'll see you on the 29th.
Yes, ma'am.